Hi, I'm Ellie, and I've got an unbelievable story for you. With mystery, suspense, and backstabbing betrayal. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. I'm an only child and I live with my mom, who is an amazing pizza chef. She has her own cookbook and a popular YouTube channel. And when I was 6, she started a pizzeria with her best friend. The two were inseparable. And Mom's friend also had a daughter my age named Gia. Gia and I couldn't be more opposite. I was shy and quiet, and she was weird and loud. But she was my ride or die friend. One time when I was in 3rd grade, I spilled chocolate ice cream on my shirt. And this mean boy in the neighborhood called me Poop Girl. The boy couldn't stop laughing.
I'm angry now!
Then Gia whistled, and a small stray bird appeared out of nowhere.
Attack, Fluffy! Attack!
The bird chased the mean boy down the street, and he never messed with me again. Gia was always there, right beside me, for better or for worse. But sometimes she could be a bit much. Since we were little, Gia was different. While I played with Barbies, she played with bugs, which totally creeped everyone out. On our first day of middle school, I wanted to make a good impression, so I spent hours getting ready. But on our ride there, Gia pulled out a huge jar of cockroaches.
Look, Ellie, my little babies are so excited. I think they'll love math class. Maybe you should leave your bugs at home. No way! What are they supposed to do? Crawl around in the mud all day? Isn't that what stupid bugs do? Don't be rude. Apologize to my babies now.
And just as I expected, all the kids thought Gia was a freak, and our first day was a total disaster.
You! Gross! She has a cockroach on her shoulder.
Actually, I have 10. Wanna see? Gia, don't!
But of course, Gia didn't listen. She pulled her jar of bugs out of her backpack. I tried to snatch it from her, but it slipped out of my hand and shattered on the floor. Kids started screaming. The bugs scattered everywhere. One jumped on my nose. A few got caught in the cheerleader's hair, and the big one crawled down her math teacher's pants. Gia and I were sent straight to the principal's office and suspended for a week. All the cool kids avoided us after that. As we got older and reached high school, things didn't change much. The bugs stopped making public appearances, but Gia was still odd. She spent most of her time in the science lab working on secret projects, which I thought was cool, but frankly didn't help her social life.
Sniff this, Ellie. Yuck, it smells like feet. But how does it make you feel? Do you want to climb a mountain or run a marathon?
No! I want you to get out of my face.
Guess it needs work.
Gia always spoke her mind, and sometimes it was so cringe she had no filter. Like this one time, I went shopping with Rachel and her squad, the ultimate popular girls at our school, and I was getting along with them great. But then Gia appeared, just as Rachel had tried on this pink dress and was modeling it for us.
Isn't this per for the homecoming dance? I look stunning.
Not to be a buzzkill, but you kind of resemble Peppa Pig. Oink! Oink!
Seriously, Gia.
I was just being honest. Is it just me? Or does anyone else suddenly have a taste for bacon?
Ellie, we have to go. Your weir is freaking us out.
Rachel and her friends couldn't leave fast enough.
What's wrong with you? Why did you say that?
Forget about Rachel. She's lame and her perfume stinks. Come on, let's go down to the pizzeria and say hi to our moms.
As much as Gia drove me nuts, I couldn't stay mad at her. She made me laugh, helped me with all my homework. And when our moms were busy working late, Gia always came over to keep me company. She was like an annoying sister. The first day after the shopping disaster, my first period teacher had an announcement.
Class, we have a new student. This is Billy Fitz. He just transferred here. Make him feel welcomed.
He took the empty desk next to mine.
Hi, I'm Ellie. If you need to know where your next class is or anything at all, just ask.
Thanks, Ellie. I'll be sure to.
I did end up showing Billy where his next class was, and we hit it off after school. We had lunch at Mom's Pizzeria and talked for hours. He was super interested in everything about the school and my life. I felt so special with all the attention he was giving me. I told him all about myself, my mom, the pizzeria, and of course, about Gia.
I know this is really fast, but I saw the posters for the dance this weekend. Do you want to go with me?
Would I?
I was low, key freaking out, but I kept it chill.
Well, I was going to go with a group of friends, but I guess I can change my plans.
Billy picked me up for the dance. In this fancy car that probably cost more than my house. He was dressed like $1 million. Then he gave me a corsage and the really expensive diamond necklace. I was so shocked. I was speechless.
Sorry. Is the necklace too much? You don't have to wear it if you don't want to. It's just that when I saw it, I thought of you.
Hey guys, you think you can give me a ride to the dance? My bike's busted. I lost my bus pass. In my date, the love of my life just broke up with me.
Gia pretended to cry, and my blood boiled. Gia didn't even have a boyfriend. Just as I was about to snap, Billy said the sweetest thing.
Forget about him, Gia. I don't know you. But if you're anything like Ellie, then you must be extra special. And you deserve much better than that jerk. Of course you can ride with us.
Aside from Gia being a third wheel, the dance was pretty awesome. Billy was a dancing superstar. After that, Billy and I hung out all the time. We'd stroll in the park, go out for dinner, cute couple stuff. He was the perfect boyfriend, and his father was so nice. They even came to eat at the pizzeria. Billy's dad took one bite of my mom's pizza, and he was so impressed that he wanted to invest in the business.
I tell you, this place really has potential, and I think I can make it a huge success. We can take this pizzeria worldwide. By the time we're finished, you'll be millionaires.
Millionaires? No way. You're joking?
I'd never joke about a thing like that.
Then Billy's dad dropped a wad of cash on the table, then left his business card.
Call me in the morning and we can talk business.
After Billy and his dad left me, Gia and our moms were so excited. We danced around the store like maniacs. That night, I dreamed about being a millionaire and traveling to tropical islands with Billy on my yacht. The next few weeks were a blur. Billy's dad brought in these fancy accountants and lawyers to help my mom and Gia's mom with their business plan. I even started helping out at the pizzeria after school so I could do my part. Gia, on the other hand, was named president of the science club, so she wasn't around much. To be honest, it was nice getting a break from all her silly antics. With working after school and all my homework, I didn't get to see much of Billy either. He sent me sweet texts all the time, but I missed hanging out with him. And one day, I was passing by the science lab, and I heard Billy laughing. I went inside and found him sitting with Gia. They were doing some kind of experiment with this green goo that exploded everywhere. They were laughing uncontrollably and having the greatest time.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Elle, why didn't you tell me that Gia was so awesome?
Billy went on and on about Gia's stupid science experiment. I barely understood a word he said. I sat down and tried to help, but they totally ignored me. I felt like an idiot, and seeing them together made me jealous. I stormed off, and they didn't even notice that I'd left. A few days later, things got even worse. I texted Billy to see if he wanted to come over and watch films, but he said he was too busy to hang out tonight.
Sorry, babe. I've got a ton of homework and I'm really tired. Maybe we can hang out next week.
I told Billy that I understood and wished him a good night. It was nice out, so I decided to take a walk and get a chocolate sundae at my favorite ice cream shop. But I still stopped short in shock. When I looked through the window, Gia and Billy were sitting in a booth, sharing a banana split and laughing like a pair of hyenas. Hot rage coursed through my veins as I marched toward the door. But just as I was about to open it, I got a call from my mom. She was with Gia's mom at the pizzeria, and she was in tears.
Mom, what's wrong?
Before she could answer, the phone disconnected. I raced to the pizzeria, and what I saw next blew my mind. The sign on the pizzeria had changed to Fish Fits Pizza, and these huge, scary men were shoving all our things into a huge trash compactor. Gia's mom was trying to make the men stop, while my mom sat on the curb crying like a baby.
What happened here?
We lost our business. Billy's dad took everything.
How could this happen?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. We can't even afford to hire a lawyer to fight back. All our bank accounts are empty. We're ruined. Our lives are over.
The police showed up and arrested Gia's mom for punching one of the men in the face.
Get your hands off me. This isn't fair. It's not right.
Then Mom fainted. I called an ambulance to take her to the hospital. The doctor said she'd be okay, but they had to keep her a few days for observation. I was devastated. I couldn't believe that Billy's dad was behind this. I called and texted Billy. There had to be some explanation, but Billy didn't answer. I even went to his house, but no one was home. Mom was right. We were ruined. I was so exhausted that I went home to get some sleep. But guess who I found waiting for me on my front porch? That Batman backstabbing witch, Gia. That rage that coursed through my veins before, well, now it was 20 times stronger. I raced toward Gia like an angry bull.
You evil witch!
Ellie, you have to calm down. There's something I need to show you. It's about Billy.
I've already seen enough. I knew you were weird, but I never thought you were evil. I saw you with him at the ice cream shop.
Oh, that! It was all part of my plan!
What plan?
To save the pizzeria.
Gia led me to her house and into the basement.
Take a look. I got a toad.
He had green slime all over his face, and he smelled like a gym sock.
Gia, what the heck?
Listen up. I'm sorry for hurting your feelings with Billy, but you need to know why I did it. When Billy started hanging out with you, I started following you two, and then him.
You did what?
Shut up and listen. Billy's dad is in the mafia and needed a front to hide his shady deals and launder his dirty money. That's where our moms and the pizzeria comes in. He thought snagging the business was the way to go, and the whole thing was totally Billy's idea.
That's why Billy was hanging out with me. I feel so stupid.
Don't, Ellie. Smooth talking runs in that family. Billy's dad tricked our moms into signing over their business. Too bad for Billy and his dad that I'm not so easily played. I recorded them talking about their scheme for weeks, and I even convinced Billy to confess.
How did you get him to spill?
First, I poured my truth serum all over his head, but that didn't work. It just stunk up the place. I really should open a window, huh?
Gia, stay focused.
Oh, yeah. So, since the serum was a dud, I asked my friends for a little help. You should have seen Mr. Tough Guy crumble.
Gia sent Billy's taped confession and the rest of the evidence she found to the police. Billy and his dad had been scheming small businesses for years, but no one could ever prove it. Until now. The police arrested Billy and his dad. The movers dropped the charges on Gia's mom. Our moms got the pizzeria and all their money back. And things went back to normal? Well, kind of. After the news got out that Gia and I took down a mob boss, our popularity at school went through the roof, and the pizzeria became busier than ever. My friendship with Gia grew as strong as an ox, and eventually I didn't mind her 8-legged friends. But one thing was clear, with Gia around, my life would always be an adventure. And that was fine with me. Hi, friends! My name is Celine, and my mom is my best friend. She was a small businesswoman, but after she divorced my dad, her luck turned around and she made it big. Mom adored me! By the time I was 7, I was living the life of a Malibu Barbie. She got me everything I wanted. She threw a birthday bash for me that had ponies and hot air balloons in it. My friends were shocked. Once, when I was in 2nd grade, I had a fight with my annoying classmate, and Mom was called to the school to meet the teacher who I hated.
Celine needs some discipline. Just look at what she did to her classmate. Maybe she needs a father to teach her some manners. Get her one.
My mom suddenly went ballistic and pushed the teacher away.
Are you a moron? My daughter doesn't need a father. She has me and I can take care of her. You say nonsense like that again and I'll have you fired.
I was so proud of my mom as she took my hand and stormed off. By the time I was in 4th grade, my mom was my best friend. I used to tell her every single freaking thing that happened to me. But once I made a mistake. I told her how I'd seen my friend Jessica take the teacher's watch and put it in her bag. And a few days later, I invited my friends to my house. When we were all having lunch, I heard a loud scream from my room. We all ran there to find Mom holding Jessica's hand.
You can't fool me, kid. I know you stole your teacher's stuff and now you're snooping in my daughter's room.
Oh my God! Jessica was shaking and in tears. Mom! She had to go to the bathroom. I told her to go to my room. When my friends left, I was so angry at Mom. I told her I won't be telling her anything from now on. Even though she apologized, I ran to my room and slammed the door shut. The next day at school, my friends started avoiding me like I was some weirdo. And this mean Jessica said,
"No, you can't sit with us because you tell all our secrets to your mom. Why are you like that, dumbhead?"
I started eating alone, but one day, something amazing happened. A girl came and sat next to me at lunch. Her name was Ashley, and she was new in the school. Soon we became friends, and it was so good having someone to talk to. A few days later, I saw Jessica wearing my bracelet that Mom had specially gotten made for me. Hey, that's mine! That bracelet has my name on the back. You're such a thief! I grabbed her wrist to take it away, but Jessica pushed me hard and pounced on me. Just then, Ashley came running and snatched the bracelet from her. We reported her to the principal, and she took a look into Jessica's locker. She was stunned to see so many stolen items. Jessica was suspended for 2 weeks, And I felt so foolish. Mom had been right about Jessica all along. When I went home, I apologized to Mom, and she hugged me tight. By the time we were in 10th grade, Ashley and I were best friends. Once, she was at my place, and we were discussing my new crush, Adam. When Mom walked in, I was so excited to tell her too. I showed her all his pictures.
I can't believe you just told your mom about your crush. I would never tell my mom such a thing.
A few days later, Mom came to school and she spotted Adam with some boys. And then she said the most embarrassing thing ever.
Oh, you're Adam, right? This is Celine, and she's my daughter.
Oh yeah, that weirdo.
What did you just call her?
A weirdo. And I think she's also dumb.
Oh my god, you're such a rude kid. I can't believe she has a crush on you. And she even looks at your pictures all day. For what? You're a jerk. I can tell.
Everybody, including Adam, looked at me like I was some psycho stalker. I grabbed Mom's arm and tried to drag her away.
Oh, so Celine is crazy just like her mom.
Just let me teach this loser a lesson.
Mom tried to attack him, but thankfully, I was able to drag her away. At home, I had a huge fight with Mom about it.
I did the right thing, Celine.
The only thing you did was ruin my life. Mom asked for forgiveness, and I knew Mom meant well. So after a few hours, I forgave her and we hugged. But not for long. A couple of months later, we were having a Mother's Day event at our school. And when it was time for Ashley to give her mom the gift in front of everyone, Mom rushed to Ashley's mom and handed her a bag. She had gotten a matching outfit for her and Ashley.
I was so sorry to hear from Celine about your money problems and the divorce. You must be going through a really hard time right now. That's why I bought the nicest dresses for you and Ashley.
Oh my god, how could she blurt that secret out in front of everybody? Ashley and her mom were stunned. So were all the people in the classroom. Suddenly, Ashley was furious. She attacked me and held my hair tight in her grip.
How could you tell your mom about it? You know she can't keep a secret. Why did I ever trust you?
Even Ashley's mom was furious, and she screamed at Mom, calling her bad names. And that day, I lost my best friend. She just refused to talk to me. And a week later, she and her mom moved away without even saying goodbye. I was heartbroken, and my relationship with my mom was never the same.
Celine, please forgive me. It was an honest mistake.
Mom, enough is enough. You betrayed my trust and hurt other people. You can't just say it's a mistake every time. I can't do this anymore. I moved out of the mansion when I turned 18 and got admission in university. I got busy with studies, and Mom and I spoke less and less frequently. Luckily for me, I found love and got married. After graduating, I was living a happy life with my husband Andrew. I opened up an art gallery with Andrew, and the exhibitions I held were famous all over town. After 2 years, we were blessed with a little baby girl. We named her Crystal. She had a star-shaped birthmark in her hand. She was my world. One day, when I returned from work, I saw Andrew park up his new Porsche. I was stunned. Sure, we both earned well, but not that well. Something was off about Andrew. I walked into his new home office and heard him talk to some girl.
Oh, babe, I love you too. You think I'm in love with her? I am living with her only for the money.
I went berserk on Andrew. I made him tell me the truth the way he did. My mom had been sending him money, and that's why he was with me, while he loved someone else. First, I kicked Andrew out of the house. I was done with him. Then I called up Mom. Why can't you just stop interfering with my life? Why did you give money to Andrew?
But honey, Andrew asked me for money. He said he would leave you if I didn't give him the money.
You knew he didn't love me, and you didn't tell me? Mom, that's awful. You think giving him money was right? I told her never to send money again, and hung up. I just wanted to focus on raising Crystal now that life was set. Crystal and I became best friends. When she was 4, I took her to Disneyland, and we had a blast. I even got a star tattoo on my hand, just like Crystal's birthmark.
Mommy, we have the same mark now. I love you.
After a few days, it was time to go home. When our plane landed, we needed to take the train to get home. As I was buying tickets, I suddenly turned around and saw Crystal wasn't there. I went crazy. I searched for my baby girl all over the station, but I didn't find her. People started to help me look for her, and soon the cops arrived on the scene too. I just sat down on a bench crying with shock. I couldn't believe that my daughter was missing. I took my phone out and called the only person I could think of. I need you to come immediately, Mom. The minute she arrived, I broke down in tears and hugged her tight. I'm so sorry, Mom. Now I realize the pain of being away from your child. I am so sorry.
Hush, Celine. You have nothing to be sorry about. Don't worry, love. We will find my granddaughter.
But days turned into weeks, and my baby girl was nowhere to be found. It had been many months since Crystal was missing, when a familiar-looking woman named visited me at home. And when our eyes met, we were both shocked. Ashley, is that you?
Oh my god. Celine, I'm the detective handling your daughter's case.
We hugged each other tight as we both started to cry.
Don't worry, we will get her back. I promise.
For 5 years, we searched for Crystal day and night. Everywhere I went, I would see my daughter. One day, I was walking towards the police station where Ashley worked when suddenly I heard a voice. A voice so sweet that it shook me.
Hey, Mom. Wait up. I'm coming.
I turned around and saw a girl who looked so much like Crystal. Oh my God! It was my baby girl all grown up. Without a second thought, I ran to the girl and took her arm. And she started screaming.
Mom, Dad, help!
Sweetie, just let me look at your hand. Turned out it was not Crystal. And her parents furiously took her away, and I was heartbroken all over again. I was almost beginning to lose hope. I met Mom at the park that night and cried on her chest. Mom, it hurts. Mom, it's burning. I miss my baby. I'm so sorry for treating you badly. You were my best friend. I now understand how much I hurt you. Mom, I just want my baby back.
Mom!
I couldn't believe what I just heard. I looked around to see Ashley, and next to her was a 9 or 10-year-old girl looking confused. The moment I saw her, I knew it was my Crystal. I ran to hug her, but the girl took some steps back.
Mom had a tattoo like mine in her hand. Show it to me if you are my mom.
I showed her the star tattoo, and she gave me a huge smile and flung herself in my arms.
Mom, I missed you so much. Why did you leave me? You don't love me?
Oh, baby girl, I love you so much and I look so hard for you. I missed you! I missed you! Ashley told me that my baby had gone on a train to another city where a couple had found her wandering alone and crying, and they'd taken her in. Since then, they had been trying to search for her family. I pulled Mom to join our hug, and also Ashley. I love you guys so much. All my best friends are back now. I love you, Crystal.
I love you too, Mommy.
Hi, I'm Olivia from Florida. Please like and subscribe. My mom always told me the day I was born was quite an exciting one. At the hospital, when she held me for the first time, she gasped at my eyes. They were midnight blue in the center, with a light blue ring outside. The nurses were stunned too, and, well, a bit confused.
Blue eyes are rare, and you both have brown eyes. Quite unusual.
What are you trying to say, woman? You think this isn't our child? Did you cause a mix-up in the nursery?
No, of course not, sir. I was only saying...
How about you keep your useless opinions to yourself? Her eyes are nothing special to talk about.
And for some reason, it always really annoyed him when people noticed and talked about my eyes, which was every time they met me. And as I grew older, I started realizing that I had a strange power. I could get what I wanted using my eyes. Let me give you an example. Once, when I was 6, I went with my parents to their friend's house who had twins my age. I could tell the boy was really sweet, but the girl didn't like me much. When she left the room for a while, the boy climbed onto her bunk bed and returned with a beautiful doll.
Her eyes are just like yours. I think you should have her.
Oh, wow. Really? Thank you so much.
Hey, thief, you can't have my doll.
But your brother gave it to me. It even looks like me.
It's not his, it's mine. And it looks nothing like you. Witch, let go.
I pulled harder, and suddenly the doll's head snapped off. The girl burst into tears and went running to her parents. Oh boy, I'd be in so much trouble with Dad. Suddenly, I looked deep into the boy's eyes.
And that's what he said, word for word.
The girl's parents apologized to me and scolded her. Over time, I just couldn't help using my eyes more often to get my way. Sometimes I knew it was wrong, but it was just too easy. I only had to look at people with my big baby blues, and teachers would help me. During exams, people would give up their seats on the bus, and if someone got the last hot dog at lunch before me, they were sure to surrender it. By the time I was in high school,
I was quite popular with the boys and had my girl gang too. But I knew I wasn't well liked by the mean girls, especially the head cheerleader, Emma. She was the girl whose doll I'd broken as a kid, and she hated me since one day in 9th grade, a group of cheerleaders and jocks in the cafeteria were talking about a cool new movie they were going to watch that weekend. It sounded like fun, and I wanted an invite, so I walked straight up to this boy, Zach. "Hey guys, I was wondering if I could tag along to the movies with you this weekend." Zach hesitated, and then he looked directly into my eyes. I knew what his answer would be.
Of course, Olivia.
"Thanks, Zach. You're a sweetheart." Did you just invite her to the movies without asking any of us?
What's the big deal? I don't think anyone has a problem.
The rest just shrugged, and Emma glared at me before storming off. I was still grinning when I walked over to my locker later, and I found her waiting there.
"You're not going to the movies? No way. I don't care what Zach said. You're uninvited."
"What are you going to do? Ban my entry into the cinema? You can't. So I'll see you there." I turned to leave, but she knocked my books out of my hand and stepped on them. I grabbed her by the hair, and we broke into a catfight. We both ended up in the principal's office.
And she immediately called our parents.
I didn't do anything. She started it.
I hadn't even touched her. She pulled my hair.
The principal also called in a few witnesses from the hallway, and luckily for me, it was a bunch of boys I knew. I only had to look at them, and they all said Emma was to blame.
No way. She can't get away with everything just by batting her dumb eyes. She looks like an angel, but she's a lying witch who has everyone dancing to her tune.
But Emma got detention while I was let off with just a warning. On the car ride home, though, Mom and Dad were really quiet. But Emma got detention while I was let off with just a warning. On the car ride home, though, Mom and Dad were really quiet.
You've always tried to get your way by manipulating people ever since you were a kid. Now it seems worse than I thought.
Okay, so people are sometimes nice to me and do what I ask. What's so wrong with that?
We'll talk about this tomorrow. You are grounded for a week.
What? Why the heck?
Olivia, enough. You heard what your dad said.
But the next morning, I found them waiting for me in the dining room with a small box on the table. What's this?
Something to cover up your eyes. You need to learn that life isn't so easy, and you can't just get whatever you want.
Inside the box were brown contact lenses. They were the color of mud. Are you kidding me? You think I'm going to wear those?
You have to wear them if you want to continue going to school.
With angry tears, I grabbed the box and ran out of there. It took me a few tries to wear the contacts, but I finally managed, and I hated what I saw staring back at me in the mirror. It wasn't me. At school, I was hoping by some miracle no one would notice, but of course, everyone did.
Why are your eyes suddenly brown? Did your evil spell finally wear off once you got all your wishes?
Everyone's comments made things hard because it felt really embarrassing to say my dad was making me wear brown lenses. I made up some lame excuse about how the doctor had recommended them for an eye condition, but it didn't seem to convince anyone. And suddenly, no one seemed to care about me much. Luckily, a month later, Dad's job caused him to transfer to another state. A fresh start was exactly what I needed. No one in school there would ever know I had blue eyes before. But it was quite strange walking into this new place and not having anyone pay much attention to me. My classmates seemed pleasant enough, but everyone just went off with their groups at lunch. I was sitting outside having lunch under a tree when someone dropped down next to me.
Hello, mind if I join you?
You already have, and I don't mind at all.
Good, because I'm too tired to get up anyway.
Plus, I've been waiting for someone new to show up for ages. All these other girls just talk about boys and makeup, and they think they're from another planet. Or they think I'm from another planet. Her name was Grace, and I warmed up to her instantly. We quickly became close friends, but I just couldn't tell her my stupid secret. A few weeks later, we were sitting on the gym floor, making decorations for an event, when some guys started playing basketball. And suddenly, the ball came flying at me and hit me smack in the face. I opened my eyes, and looking down at me was a gorgeous boy with black hair and the deepest blue eyes ever had. I died and gone to heaven.
Hey, are you okay?
Of course she's not okay, you moron. You could have killed my best friend.
Grace pulled me up, but my knees gave way, and the boy swept me up effortlessly. He carried me to the bleachers and said he'd be back with some water.
Olivia, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I see. Yeah, you aren't fine. And if he has his way, you never will be again.
What do you mean? Just then, the boy returned with a water bottle and knelt beside me.
Really sorry. We should have been more careful.
Oh, don't worry. I don't mind. I mean, it's just a ball, not a rocket. Now that would hurt. I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I have a concussion, but I'm okay. O-Y-A-K. See? I can still spell. He just smiled at me and ran off to his friends. What a blubbering idiot. I turned to Grace and saw she'd already left. Later that night, I got permission from my parents to stay over at Grace's. So tell me, what do you know about the gym boy?
That's Levi. He's my older brother.
You're what now?
Yeah, I know. Different set of genes. But Olivia, he's a heartbreaker. He changes girlfriends faster than he changes underwear. He knows he's good looking, and he uses it to make girls like him. And then bam, 2 weeks later, some girl is crying in the school bathroom and he's got a new girlfriend.
Really? But he seems sweet.
How would you know? He's my brother, and I'm telling you, he's a jerk.
Is he here, like, right now?
Yeah. But you don't want to talk to him, right? You're here to have a slumber party with me, and I just told you.
He's a jerk. Right. Gotcha.
But I couldn't get Levi off my mind.
Grace messaged me on Monday that she had the flu and wasn't coming to school, and I decided this was a great chance to talk to her brother. On the bus, I was thinking about what I'd say to him when someone sat down next to me.
Sorry, seats in the back are full.
Holy lady luck! It was Levi! But it seemed like he hadn't recognized me and just started reading a book. What you readin'? He turned the cover to me without looking my way. Oh, nice. I've never read that.
Okay, good to know.
Wow, he did seem like a bit of a jerk, but I wasn't giving up yet. If it's good, maybe I'll read it. I'm the girl from the gym, by the way. The one you hit with the basketball.
I know that. I didn't have memory loss. It's just that you're Grace's BFF and she told me to stay away from you.
That's strange. She didn't say anything to me. And why can't we all be friends? Grace was down with some virus and couldn't attend school for 2 weeks, and I ended up spending all my time with Levi. He was gorgeous, but he was also funny and thoughtful, and I just couldn't help liking him. And I had a feeling he liked me too. But when Grace returned, she was furious seeing us together.
So what? You've replaced me with Levi now?
Of course I haven't. You weren't here, and we just started hanging out.
And now you're in love with him, aren't you? Even after what I said? Doesn't take anyone too long to fall in love with Levi. He gets anything he wants.
I was upset that Grace was mad, but I didn't want to give up on Levi either. Later that day, as I was running an errand, I passed by a cafe window and stopped in my tracks. Levi was sitting there with some blonde girl I'd never seen before. He suddenly spotted me, and I started walking away quickly.
Olivia, please stop. It's not what it looks like.
It's none of my business, Levi, so no need to explain. I obviously misread some signs. You should go back to your girlfriend. 2 weeks, and it's time for a new girl. Yeah, just like Grace said.
She said what?
That you're a heartbreaker, and that you change girls faster than clothes, and that I should stay away from you.
Olivia? She made that up. Okay, I went out with her best friend a year ago, but things ended badly between us. She blocked out Grace too and moved away. And it broke Grace's heart. In fact, that girl in the cafe is my ex. She's in town and wanted to return some things. You didn't misread any signs. I like you a lot and I was planning to ask you to the winter dates.
I need to talk to Grace first. Okay. I had a heart-to-heart with Grace, and she admitted that she'd lied about Levi.
I know he's a good guy, but I don't want to lose another friend.
Pinky swear, no matter what happens between me and your brother, we'll stay friends forever. We decided to go shopping together for the winter dance, and I found a beautiful blue dress. As I looked in the dressing room mirror, I suddenly took my contacts out and called Grace.
What happened to your eyes?
I told her all about how I'd get whatever I wanted because of my eyes. So my parents made me cover them up.
That is ridiculous. They can't make you do that.
I know, but maybe it hasn't been the worst thing. I got you and Levi, and it has nothing to do with my eyes. But yeah, I think I just want to be myself now. When I got home, I walked into the lounge where my parents were watching TV.
What have you done?
I'm tired of covering up my real eyes. This is who I am, and I won't hide it anymore. I'm done with your controlling nonsense.
You'll do what I say as long as you live under my roof.
Then maybe I won't live under your roof. I went upstairs to gather my things so I could go stay at Grace's house when suddenly Mom came in.
I need to show you something.
She pulled out contacts from her eyes, and they were the brightest blue, just like mine.
Your dad hated the attention I attracted, and after we got married, he made me cover them up. But you're brave to stand up for yourself, and I don't want to let you down again. I'm leaving with you.
We packed our things and left Dad for good. We checked into a hotel until we could find a place. But for the first time, I saw Mom happy and free. The next day, I put on my blue dress for the dance, and Levi came to pick me up.
Grace told me about your eyes. You look beautiful.
You think so?
Yeah. But no matter what color they are, I'd think that anyway.
Hi, I'm Ella, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe. My twin sister Aria and I look identical in every way, right down to the dimple on our left cheeks. And I hate it. Anyone who thinks it's cool to be identical twins is stupid. Mom and Dad thought it was super cute to dress us up in matching outfits all the time. But growing up, it started getting so annoying. No one could tell us apart, not even her parents, so they just called us the twins or the girls. It's like I had no identity of my own. I was just part of a pair. Yeah, we got a lot of buy one, get one free jokes. Also, it was everyone's favorite game to try and spot any differences.
I think this one's shorter.
Her nose is bigger, right?
Her ears stick out more. Also, if I pinch your cheek, will your twin feel it?
If I punch your face, will your mother feel it? You're basically a part of her. We were in the same class in school, and we did all the same extracurricular activities. And there was always so much pressure not to be the worst twin, because everyone made that instant comparison.
Ella got an A on her maths test. Why do you have a C, Aria?
Aria beat you in that race. By your mind, Ella, aren't your legs just as long?
Why was it so hard to understand that we didn't have matching abilities to go with our matching faces? But by 4th grade, our personalities started changing. I was academically stronger, but Aria was more athletic. We'd both been attending dance classes since we were kids, but I eventually dropped out because she was clearly better. I started slipping into the quiet nerd mold while she was more outgoing and loud, so she always got more attention. Like on our 10th birthday, Aria got her way, and the whole party was Hannah Montana themed. All my Harry Potter requests were ignored. Mom had baked our birthday cake and it read, "Happy birthday to our beautiful beauty, Aria and Elle?" Mom, what happened to my name?
Aria told me she wanted this text on the cake, honey, and there just wasn't enough space left.
Our classmates were gathered around Aria as they danced away to her playlist. I spotted a new kid sitting in a corner and playing some game. Hey, you think this party sucks as much as I do?
Yeah, kinda. Sorry, wanna play?
I was having a really good time till Aria and her friend started a crazy water fight and attacked us too. And they ruined the boy's gaming console. He left the party crying and never talked to me again. Yeah, Aria always found a way to ruin things for me. Then one day in 7th grade, we found Mom waiting for us at home with an envelope each.
Oh my god, no way! You signed me up for the tween beauty pageant? Oh, thanks, Mom.
A flyer for the middle school mathletes?
Well, what do you think? One for my beauty and one for my brainiac? It's perfect!
It's fine, I guess. From then on, my sister got more and more popular, and I became more invisible. By the time we were in high school, Aria's pageant trophies were on full display all over the house, while my mathlete trophies collected dust in my room. My parents clearly loved to show her off more. Well, at least my mathlete's teammate Eugene thought I was really cool.
The way you gave that answer right before the buzzer went off. Ugh, what an adrenaline rush. You're so smart.
You're too nice, Eugene.
And you're like a 45-degree angle, you know? 'Cause 45 degrees is an acute angle. You're a cutie.
Aha, yeah, good one.
So I was thinking, maybe you'd like to have my phone number?
I was only half listening because just then, the football team captain Justin walked into the cafeteria. Man, he was some descendant of Hercules, just sheer perfection. I'd never have the guts to say hi to him, and he'd never notice me.
Ella?
Yes, sure. I'll take your phone number.
So you'll call me then?
If the need ever arises, then definitely, yes. Thanks, buddy. I gotta go to class now. Then one day, things took a bit of a turn when Aria came down with the flu.
Ugh, my head hurts and I have a fever. I can't perform at the mall pageant today.
Oh no, my poor baby. Go lie down and Ella will bring you some tea.
She can make her own tea, and I'm busy.
She's unwell and you're not doing anything important. Now go.
I was so sick of being second to my sister. But when I got back with the tea, I found her snoring. And then I got a crazy idea. Next to her bed was her pageant bag, all packed and ready to go. I grabbed it and snuck out the front door. I was just as beautiful as Aria, and I was gonna prove it. When I got to the mall, everyone was smiling and waving at me. I felt like a movie star. Her dress fit perfectly, and the show went super smoothly.
And the winner is Aria!
Just as I was accepting the trophy, I heard the most annoying voice in the world.
She isn't Aria. I am. Mom couldn't find you at home, and when I saw my bag gone, I knew exactly where you were. How dare you?
So what? You're just mad that I could be as good as you any day?
Shut up, loser!
You mean winner? Arya leapt onto the stage and attacked me. The fight not only lost us the trophy, but it also got us banned from all pageants in the area for life. Our parents were furious with me. I was grounded for 2 weeks, and Arya basically pretended I didn't exist after that. She even blocked me on all social media. But at school, it seemed like everyone had heard about the pageant fight, and people were noticing me more. And I almost turned to jelly when Justin approached me.
Hey, not Arya, right?
Right. I'm what's my name? I forgot. Ella.
I'm Justin, the football captain. I love that gutsy stunt you pulled at the mall yesterday. We're having cheer tryouts tomorrow. Why don't you come too?
Cheer tryouts? Sure, I'll be there.
Perfect. But, change your look or something. I want to be able to tell you apart from Arya, okay?
Sure, Justin. I've wanted to change my look anyway. I was so excited for a fresh start that at home, I looked up some videos online on how to cut my hair. I decided bangs would be easiest, so I went to the bathroom, plugged in my dad's electric razor, and cut myself some bangs. And they turned out super cute. That was until they moved a bit and I saw that I'd shaved off my eyebrows too. I was horrified. There was no way I could go to tryouts looking like that. I couldn't even leave the bathroom looking like this. I started rummaging through the cabinets to find something that could help fix my eyebrows. I found a bottle of spray-on hair that my dad sometimes used to cover his bald spot. I aimed it at my forehead and sprayed, but it made me look like a caveman with a bushy unibrow. I scrubbed it off just as there was a knock at the door.
Ella, are you in there? Better not be stealing my makeup again.
Just washing my face, Mom. I'll be right out. Oh, I could use my mom's makeup to hide the damage. I found an eyebrow pencil and quickly scrawled them on as best as I could. Then I brushed my bangs over my forehead and snuck quietly out of the bathroom.
There you are. Wait, did you just cut your hair?
Some people are just desperate for attention. So pathetic.
Just trying something different. Mom, I have to go run to the store and get some things for a school project, so bye. At the store, I was lucky enough to find the perfect solution: tattoo sticker eyebrows. I rushed home with them and went to my room to try them on. Just put them on, spray a little water, and voila. I set the timer on my phone and laid back with the washcloth over my forehead, awaiting my beautiful new eyebrows. But when I looked at the results, I almost fainted. They looked super crooked. I scrubbed and scrubbed, but they just wouldn't come off. I lay in my bed, sobbing uncontrollably.
Why are you making sounds like a dying whale? OMG! Ha ha ha! What happened to your face?
I just wanted to change my look for the cheer tryouts, but it's all gone so horribly wrong. What am I gonna do?
Well, maybe if you hadn't pretended to be me and ruined my pageant career.
Wait, that's it? You can pretend to be me. Oh, please, Arya, I need this. Justin himself asked me. You know I've always had the biggest crush on him.
Yeah, I've read your Dear Diary sob stories.
What?
Not important right now. And okay, since you're begging and you look so ugly, it's almost sad. I'll do it, but only if you do my homework for a whole year.
Are you kidding? Ugh, fine, I'll do it. Just get me the cheerleading spot, okay?
You got yourself a deal, Ugo.
Mom let me stay at home for a few days when she saw what I'd done, and Arya left for school the next morning. But I didn't really trust her not to mess things up for me at the tryouts. I needed a spy, so I called Eugene. Hey, I know this is a lot to ask, but I'm really unwell. And I asked my twin, Arya, to do the cheer tryouts for me. Could you just go and see how she does? I don't know who else I can trust.
Of course I'll do it! Want me to drop by later with some soup too? We could watch some Luna's videos, or I could show you my cat's pictures.
That sounds amazing! But what I have is really contagious. So you'll report to me soon, right?
You betcha!
You're the best, Eugene! Eugene's report tallied with what Arya told me. She'd performed a flawless audition, and I was in. I couldn't wait to go back and spend time with Justin. Thankfully, the tattoos wore off in a few days, and my eyebrows were coming back, so I could fill in the rest with pencil. I was ready to return to school. But that evening, Eugene told me that he'd seen Arya and Justin kissing, and when she got home that day, she was getting out of Justin's car. I ran down to the living room and opened the window to eavesdrop.
Oh, it's so hard to say goodbye to you, babe.
It's only till tomorrow. Coochie poochie poo!
And that'll feel like an eternity. My Arya! Baby boo!
Oh, and what the heck? The minute Arya walked in, I jumped in her way like an angry lioness. What in God's name did I just see?
Oh, you mean me and Justin, silly? Didn't you want to ask him out? I just did it for you as you...
No, don't lie to me, witch. I heard him say Aria, boo, boo, boo. He knows you're Aria and not me, Ella. And then her face turned totally evil.
Yeah, okay. Whatevs. I took a picture of you in your sleep and showed him your freaky eyebrows and told him you'd sent me in your place. We had a really good laugh and we just bonded. You took away my pageant life, I took away your guy. Trust me, he's way out of your league anyway.
I let out a snarl and attacked her. My parents came running when we crashed into a table and pulled us apart, and I swore I'd never speak to her for the rest of my life. But watching her and Justin together in school and thinking of how they must have made fun of me made my heart burn. And then I found something in the mail one day that gave me the perfect opportunity for revenge. I knew I was successful when Aria screamed at me in the school hallway one day.
Ella, what did you do?
What are you talking about? Something boring, probably.
Why do I have a rejection letter from the dance academy of my dreams which says that my audition was way below their standards? I never went to any audition.
Oh yeah, that. See, I received the invitation for the audition and I decided to go as you. Now, I haven't danced in a really long time, so I was kinda rusty, but I thought I did an impressive chicken dance.
I will kill you!
Well, that was effectively the end of our relationship. Somehow it didn't feel as good as I thought it would. No one at home was talking to me now. And even Eugene seemed distant. Am I imagining it, or are you avoiding me?
No, Ella, you're not. I just don't like what you did to your sister.
What? She started it!
No, you started it when you went to the pageant as her.
You don't really know everything about us, Eugene. It gets really tiring being overlooked and invisible.
Actually, I do know something about that. I literally joined the mathletes to get close to you. I dropped every possible hint that I like you. And you're not so dumb that you didn't pick up on it. But you just used me when you needed me. And now you need me again. 'Cause I'm guessing other people in your life aren't talking to you. Well, I have a little more self-respect than that. Goodbye, Ella.
The last few months of high school were really lonely. Aria got into an amazing dance school across the country, but she still didn't seem willing to forgive me. And even though we hadn't gotten along in a really long time, I felt sad that she'd be out of my life soon. But during the summer break, Aria suddenly fell really sick. After a number of tests, the doctor told us that both her kidneys were weak and she needed a healthy one soon. And of course, I was a perfect match.
No freaking way! I'm not taking your kidney!
Are you crazy? Listen, guys, can you give us a minute? When my parents and the doctor left, I turned to her. Look, you need this, okay? I know I did some awful things and I'm really sorry. And for better or for worse, you're my other half, and I can't lose you. So just shut up and stop smirking, and you're taking my kidney.
Say you're my better half, Aria!
Don't push it!
Okay. I know I haven't been very nice to you either, and I'm sorry too. I didn't even like Justin that much, so thank God he cheated on me and we broke up.
Serves you right, which reminds me, I gotta call Eugene before the surgery and apologize to him too.
What kind of name is Eugene? That's Latin for ugly girl?
While Latin is a dead language, Aria, much like your love life, some things never change, do they? Hi friends, my name is Lara and I live in Portugal. Please like and subscribe. I was raised by a single mom who loved me to bits. When I was very young, Mom had to work really hard to put food on the table. She worked as a cashier, a housekeeper, and even a delivery driver. Even though her jobs were stressful, she used her free time to study and train. Before anyone knew it, she became a firefighter, and everyone was totally blown away. I was so proud of her. But growing up, I'd see other kids with big families. Dads, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and cousins. I'd feel sad and kind of jealous. I kept asking my mom about it nonstop. But whenever I asked her, Mom would say,
I used to have a sister, but then she went on a trip to Mars and I hope she stays there forever.
Well, I believed her for a while until I understood she was just kidding. But still, I wished for a family. But Mom made sure we were both enough. She'd skateboard with me while we were out getting groceries. She'd have tea parties with me and would even let me give her a makeover because Mom was a total goofball. I was too. I'd cosplay as a ninja, run around the cafeteria, danced in the assembly and whatnot. One time I was at school and the class was just not ending, so I pulled a saxophone out of my backpack and just blew it as hard as I could.
Who did this?
Teacher, we have no idea. I knew no one would answer. Everyone was probably just as bored as I was. But I couldn't control my giggles, and she knew it was me and instantly gave me a detention. It wasn't my first time, but seeing Bruno, the hottest and most arrogant boy of the school there, made it totally worthwhile. Hey Bruno, what brings you to my kingdom? The guy just gave me a look and rolled his eyes. Such a diva. Come on, tell me what happened. Okay, fine. Let me guess. You started a food fight. No, I've never seen you in the cafeteria. Okay, you pranked some teacher. No, you're just too much into your studies. So you hit someone? No, that can't be it. That's because you're just way too sophisticated to touch someone else.
Oh my god, can you stop mouth farting for just 1 second? I don't want to have to wear my mask on my ears.
Oh, so that's exactly why I'm gonna keep doing it. What brings you to my kingdom? Come on, spill the tea. Okay, fine, let me guess.
Fine, I'll tell you, but just keep it to yourself. I'm here because...
What?
I'm here because...
I can't hear you.
I'm here because I got an F and lost it. Tore the paper in the teacher's face. And I was just so angry and nothing made it.
Bruno seemed to be having a panic attack, and I did the only thing that I thought would help. I hugged him and rubbed his back. Hey, breathe, dude. Just breathe slowly. I've been in worse situations, okay? I'm just saying that to make you feel better. But still, detention is like a second home to me. It worked, and he chuckled.
You are one crazy chick.
I've been told that before. The next day at lunch, I was sitting with my friends and Bruno came, and everyone looked at him like he was some alien, but not me. Sure, you can sit here. Wait, Sonny, can you give up your seat for this kid? Come on, friend.
Friend? Thanks. I like that.
After that day, Bruno and my friendship only grew, and we became best friends. Everyone thought he was a snob, but Bruno was just the quiet type. He was one in a million. By the time I was in 8th grade, I started thinking his smile was really cute. Wait, did I have a crush on Bruno? No way. It's probably just that best friend of the opposite gender feeling. But when we returned to school after summer vacation, I wanted to start off the new year with something special. So I gave Bruno a chocolate bar.
Geez, thanks.
And after just one bite, his face turned red.
What the heck did you put in this?
Looks like I went a little overboard with the chili powder.
I'll get you for this!
Saying that, Bruno chased after me, but someone came in front of me. I skidded to the side and then crashed on the floor. And then I saw Bruno and a girl looking at me.
Are you okay? Please tell me that you're all right.
Laura, you almost gave me a heart attack. Tell me you're okay.
Yeah, I feel fine. Bruno and the girl helped me up. And then she told me that her name was Valerie, and she had just moved into the town. Amazingly, she was with Bruno and me in our class. Pretty soon, Valerie, Bruno, and I became a team. We did everything together. We'd study together and even go out together. All 3 of us even joined the cheerleading squad together. One time, all 3 of us went out for a movie, and while Bruno was in line getting us popcorn that was slower than a snail at a snail funeral, the only thing I focused on was how handsome Bruno was.
Why don't you tell him how you feel, huh?
What?
Come on, it's all over your face. Just tell him.
Right then I saw Bruno coming and Valerie started giggling.
Did I miss something?
No, Laura wants to tell you something. Something very important.
Yeah, I did. I just totally forgot to tell you what a cute little girl you look like in that pink t-shirt. Seriously, dude?
You bought it for me, so thanks, I guess. So that was it.
Come on, the movie's starting. Let's go. Gosh, I could never tell Bruno that I liked him. Like, in a different way. When we finally had our summer vacations, Bruno went to his grandma's in Florida, and I missed him a lot. But thank God I had Valerie now. She once invited me to her home, and I was literally shocked to see how big it was. Whoa, Valerie, you're rich!
Yeah, my mom actually won the lottery before I was born. Can you believe it? It's so crazy!
Wow, lucky you! Valerie's mom was so nice, and I was having an amazing time with them. A few days later, there was a carnival in our town, and we both met there in the evening. Mom was running late, so while Valerie's mom sat, we both went to the Ferris wheel ride. We were having so much fun, and then heard noises and looked down. I was shocked to see Mom arguing with Valerie's mom.
Don't tell me where to live and where not to. I can do whatever I want.
Oh yeah? Like steal more things? You stole from your own sister? I won that lottery and you stole the ticket and just vanished. And now you have the guts to show your face after all these years?
What the heck? Valerie's mom was my mom's sister. Before Valerie and I could say anything, both of our moms grabbed our hands and left. I didn't get to talk to Valerie for the rest of the summer vacation. But when we went back to school, I really wanted to sort things out. After all, she was my cousin. But the moment I said hi to her, she blew me off.
Stay away from me! I don't ever want to talk to you. Your mom called my mom a thief!
Okay, that really pissed me off. Don't be a jerk. The big house you were flaunting that day, it's all thanks to my mom. The fact remains the same. Your mom is a thief. Hearing this, she pushed me hard and I landed in the dustbin.
Stay there or I swear I'll ruin you. You know what? I'll tell Bruno you have a crush on him. No, on second thought, I'll make sure that he hates you. Watch me destroy you.
What did she think I was? A coward! I jumped and grabbed her hair, and before we knew it, we were both in a catfight. We were later taken to the principal's office, and both of our moms were called, and it turned into a battleground. I had never seen this side of my mom, and it just made me realize her sister hurt her bad. After that day, things got tough. Valerie would always pick on me, and I would always retaliate. It seemed she was a totally different person. One time we were in art class, and I was minding my own business when Valerie came and started telling me how bad my painting was. Like I ever needed her approval. I was so done with her, so I pushed her just a little. But the girl landed on her painting, knocking out all of the paints from the table, in a really dramatic way. And then she literally started screaming like a banshee.
Ouch, my foot! Lara, why would you do that? I told you I'm sorry for everything. And still.
OMG, what a liar! The teacher and all the kids in the class gathered around us, and Valerie kept on with her fake crying. Shut up, Valerie, or else I'll—
Stop it, you two! Lara, what has gotten into you?
I couldn't believe Bruno was on her side. I told him she was faking it. But Valerie cried harder, and Bruno looked so concerned about her, ignoring me. He picked up Valerie, took her out of the class while I was sent to the principal's office, and I got detention. When it was time to go home, Bruno came to see me and kept telling me how I had hurt Valerie. I wished he wasn't that blind. For God's sake, she's faking it! Bruno, you have to choose. It's either me or Valerie.
Lara, you're both my friends. I just can't choose.
Whoa! Oh, I see. Well, fine. I couldn't believe this. I pushed him out of the way and ran home. That was the worst day of my life. Bruno tried to talk to me at school. He called me and texted me so many times. He even visited me at home. But I didn't want to see him because I was just so angry. I even stopped talking to my friends and would eat lunch in the classroom alone. I just couldn't see Valerie and Bruno sitting together, and the way she gave me those wicked smirks. I hated her so much, but I channeled all of my attention into my studies, and sometimes even the teachers would ask me to crack a joke or something, saying they missed the goofy old Lara. But that Lara, well, she was gone. After 9th grade, I switched schools and cut off all ties with my friends. From there, I wanted to start new, and I was going to do well in my new school. I got into competitive cheerleading, and one time in high school, we had a competition. And after the first routine, I spotted Bruno backstage. The moment our eyes met, I tripped and scraped my knee. At once, Bruno came running to me and helped me out. And then he brought out a bandage to put it on the little scrape. He still cared for me like he used to. He had just gotten even more handsome.
It's good. Now you'll survive the next round, so, how have you been?
Without even answering, I got up to leave, but he held my hand.
Aw, Lara, I've missed you so much. I am so sorry. I tried contacting you, but you shut me out. I had been meaning to tell you how I felt. Then everything got crazy. But just hear me out, please.
Gosh, I had missed him too, like crazy in these 2 years. But when I was about to say something, I heard an ugly voice.
Come on, Bruno, it's our routine. Oh, a blast from the past. I see you're still a clumsy little thing.
Oh, I see that you're still a little witch. I was determined to win the competition because I knew what it meant to Valerie. So I put my all into these routines. When Valerie's team performed, their performance was all glitz and glamour, with fireworks at the end. So extra. When we were all called onto the stage for the results, it turned out Valerie and my team had a tie, and we had to share the trophy.
Heck, no way, this trophy is mine.
Not on my watch. Just then, I let go of the trophy, and Valerie went crashing backwards. She totally deserved it. All of a sudden, there was smoke, and someone screamed fire. It turned out the stupid fireworks Valerie and her team did at the end of the routine caused a fire. It was panic and chaos all over. The entire hall had been emptied, but while running to the exit, I realized Valerie was still there where she had fallen. I just couldn't leave her. Valerie, where are you?
Lara, I'm here. I'm stuck.
Just when I moved forward to look for her, someone grabbed me and dragged me out of the hall. It was Bruno. Oh my God, Valerie's still in there. Someone's got to help her. Bruno, we've got to go back in there.
Oh no, Valerie, someone please get my baby out of there? Please.
The fire was blazing and I felt my heart sink. But then Mom came to my aunt.
Don't worry, I'll get her. Don't you dare lose hope. Everyone stay back.
Mom went inside, and each minute felt like 1,000 years. I was so worried. Seeing my aunt cry, I went and sat by her side, and she instantly hugged me.
I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry for everything. I hurt your mom because of what I did. Your and Valerie's friendship suffered. I'm so sorry for everything. I just hope my Valerie will be all right.
At that moment, I regretted each and every mean word I'd ever said to Valerie. All the drama, all the fights, none of that mattered right now. The only thing that mattered was family. And just then, I saw Mom coming out of the hall. She was carrying Valerie in her arms.
Thank God they were both safe!
All of a sudden, there were cheers and happy tears, and we all hugged. Me, Mom, Valerie, and my aunt. We all hugged like there was no tomorrow. After we were given first aid, Bruno and I sat on a bench and watched as Mom and my aunt patched things up. They were all in tears after my aunt thanked and apologized so much. It seemed Mom was willing to give her another chance.
You gotta admit, you have one really dramatic family.
Says the boy who blew his own fuse getting an F. Yep, I still remember that. By the way, what were you saying earlier? Something you wanted to tell me?
Oh, that was nothing. I mean, it was something like,
Oh my gosh, Lara. Bruno likes you a lot. And Lara likes you too. Sorry, guys. I had to. You guys would have taken forever.
I just shook my head and laughed and then looked into Bruno's eyes. We kissed for the first time and it was perfect.
Hello, I'm Isa from Austria. Before I share my story with you, please like and subscribe to my channel. I grew up in a large mansion with my parents, grandmother, aunt, and many servants. We were wealthy, and my life was almost perfect, especially because I had the most amazing mother ever, who spoiled me endlessly. Like when I was 6 years old and didn't want to do homework at school. It was against the rules, but somehow my mom convinced the teacher to allow it. And when I was 8, I wanted a big swimming pool indoors, so my mom built a pool in the backyard big enough to fit a whole family. I loved having my mom around. She was such a kind and sweet person, but she was a little strange. You see, my mom was fascinated by all things mystical and believed she could communicate with ghosts. No one in our family thought it was a big deal until one day, when I was 10, my mom and dad had a fight, and my dad walked out.
Who needs humans when you have a million ghosts to keep you company?
You're insane! Go hug your invisible friends! I'm out of here!
After my dad left, my mom became unhinged. She became obsessed with her hobby and spent hours locked in her room, talking to herself. But one night, she lit too many candles and caused a fire that burned down half of the mansion. My grandmother was furious and demanded that my mom leave. So, my mom and I moved to a smaller place. And although we had enough to live comfortably, it was nothing compared to the life we had before. That really affected me.
Look, I bought you a new doll.
This is a rag doll, Mom, and it's so scary. Take that away from me.
But sweetie, I made this for you.
Well, you wouldn't have to waste your time if you didn't burn down my old toys.
My mom looked at me sadly before leaving, and I felt bad. But I was still a child, and I really missed my old life. I thought that eventually my mom would give up her obsession and we would move to the US to live with my grandfather. But she only became stranger. One day, an odd old woman appeared at our doorstep, looking like a witch, and offered to read our fortune.
Wow, the universe must have sent you. Please come in.
Mom and the old woman sat down and started muttering something. Halfway through, she began communicating with the spirits. The table started shaking, and my mom looked astonished.
What do the spirits want?
Oh, they're upset. Very upset. You burnt their old house down and now they're homeless.
They are invisible, right? They can stay in the White House and no one will know.
Child, you make fun of spirits. How dare you?
The strange woman stood up and started dancing wildly, and my mom joined in. It all looked ridiculous. I couldn't stand witnessing this crazy superstition, so I left. The next day, my grandmother came for an unexpected visit. My mom told her everything that had happened.
Now I just need to find a way to please the spirits. And
I can't believe you're still looking into these things. I wanted to give you another chance, but you haven't changed a bit.
My grandmother was furious and then left, and my mom cried all night.
Why can't you just let these spirits go? Mom, I really want to move in with Nana and Papa. I miss them.
No way. You saw what happened with the medium. I'm not putting them in danger again.
So you'd rather make us live like street rats? Come on, Mom. This is not real. That weird lady medium, whatever. She was tricking you.
I'm not discussing this, Isa.
I worked hard, researching documents and books and asking my teachers. I needed to pull my mom out of this mystical world and prove to her that there are no ghosts or demons.
While she spent time and money on psychics, seminars, and meditation retreats, I did research to debunk her beliefs. There is no scientific basis for crystal healing. The Bermuda Triangle has finally been explained. Most ghost activities can be traced back to change in temperature, electromagnetic interference, or... Mom, are you listening?
Oh no, it's the unholy hour. I can't talk now. Bye.
My words didn't get through to my mom at all. Things got worse when one day I invited a few friends over for a sleepover. Everything was going well until late at night when my mom walked into my room with candles and crystals.
It's a full moon tonight. Tell me, girls, when was the last time you got a cleanse?
She made my friends and me sit in a circle while she burned incense around us. I was so embarrassed. Of course, no one wanted to come to my house after that terrifying incident. And while I couldn't invite my friends over, psychics kept showing up at her door. Some of them even became my mom's friends and stayed with us for days. I had given up hope until one day, on my way home, I heard some kids talking about a challenge at a local haunted house. And that gave me the perfect idea. If I could expose this local ghost story, maybe my mom would finally believe me. I asked the kids if I could join them, and they agreed. That night, while my mom was sleeping, I sneaked into the haunted house with the rest of the group. But 5 minutes into exploring, I heard a blood-curdling scream from an upstairs room. I followed it, only to find one of the boys in a panic.
There's something here. It knocked that vase. It's a ghost.
That's not a ghost. It's a mouse.
I picked up the mouse, and its squeaking made the boy panic even more. He let out an even louder scream and ran downstairs. The rest of the group saw him and started running around like headless chickens. One by one, they all ran outside until I was the only one left. So I sat on a dusty old couch and took a nap. The next day, rumors spread around the school that I had stayed in the haunted house all night. I became famous overnight. Soon, others wanted to join me on my ghostly adventures, so we formed a club. By the time I was 5, my paranormal investigation club had become extremely popular. I had a lot of fun with it, solving all sorts of things, including a few alien and Yeti sightings. Life was pretty good, except my mom was still a hopeless case. One day, while my mom and I were out for a meal, we walked into our usual store. I was talking to the clerk when a girl about my age walked up to me. Bonjour. Can I show you something? Those stress lines do not look good on a pretty face like yours. How about some incense for meditation? An amethyst pendant to relieve stress.
No, thanks.
Oh, Issa, that's a cute pendant.
No, Mom, it's not. It's hideous. Let's go home, Mom.
I rushed out of the store without waiting another second. Unexpectedly, the next day at school, I ran into the girl from the store again. She was surrounded by a group of girls and was selling them some strange little bottles.
What's that?
Oh, hello, sweet Issa. You smell divine. Imed, by the way.
And Issa for you. What did you give them?
Love potions. To tingle the romantic bones that are clearly missing from your body.
Shut up! You're scamming innocent girls. They'll have to report you to the principal.
No, why don't you see for yourself first? If they don't work, you know where to find me. After speaking, Ed winked at me and walked away. What a weirdo. Anyway, I agreed to wait a few days to see if that stupid potion would work. And, to my surprise, all the girls who used it ended up with a date with their crush. I couldn't believe it. I had to talk to Ed and saw her in the cafeteria. I was waiting for you, pretty Issa. Some salad.
No, thanks. I don't want that. Tell me about the love potions.
It's a trade secret, obviously.
Or maybe that potion gave them a bit of confidence, and everything else was pure luck.
You can't prove that, can you? I was furious. Looking back, all those girls were quite beautiful, but just a bit shy. Of course it worked. A few days passed and I decided to stay away from Ed. Soon enough, it was time to go to college. One night, I was packing my things to leave for school when my mom walked into my room with the amethyst pendant from the other day.
What's this for?
It's pretty. It reminds me of your eyes.
This was kind of exciting. Expensive. Mom, are you sure you can afford this?
Of course I can. And while we're talking about money, I have something to talk about.
That's when Mom told me that she actually had nothing saved for my college and suggested that I should ask my grandmother for my college fund.
There's no way they'll listen to me, but I'm sure they'll help you.
So, all these years you didn't consider that I had to go to college? How could you be so selfish?
I gave you everything you need. And I know your grandma won't hesitate to give you more money, but do you think I have any chance of getting more funds for my research?
I can't believe you're still thinking about that. Mom, you're seriously crazy. I wish I could have just left with Dad.
Don't use that tone with me, Issa.
Actually, I'd rather not use any tone with you.
Shut up, and don't forget I'm your mom.
You're the one who forgot.
I rushed out of the house feeling upset and wandered around the neighborhood. I felt like someone was watching me. I turned around and saw Ed right behind me.
What are you doing?
Trying to make sure the girl I like is safe. What are you doing, roaming around the streets at this hour?
I was just... Wait, did you say that you like me?
Well, obviously the love potion doesn't work on you, and neither do my hints, so I'll say it directly. Yes, Isa, I like you. Now tell me what's wrong. You look stressed.
I finally told her everything about my life, including my recent conversation with my mom. Surprisingly, she turned out to be a good listener.
That's tough.
I don't understand why Mom is so focused on the supernatural instead of trying to mend things with her family. It could really make our life easier, you know?
Maybe, but in her head, it's all real. I'm sure she has her reasons. She actually told my mom a while back how she heard knocking and scratching in the walls. Threatening messages appeared overnight, and she saw a white figure in her room once. This happened for years.
Oh, please! It was probably just her imagination.
Whatever it was, she's your mom, and you're the only person she can fall back on.
Maybe Ed was right, but I couldn't forgive my mom that easily. Being an irresponsible mother is a terrible thing. The next morning, I took a bus back to the mansion. Everything had completely changed. As I walked toward the entrance, I was overwhelmed with memories of my childhood. Then suddenly, I saw Aunt Mallory, my mom's younger sister. She saw me, ran over, and hugged me. "You've grown so much, my pretty Isa."
So have you. I mean, you look amazing, Auntie. How have you been?
I'm good. But why are you wearing these weird clothes? Come in, let me set you up with a beautiful dress. Aunt Mallory led me inside, and I told her about my mom's spending problems and how my college education might be disrupted. That's terrible! I knew my sister was weird, but I would have never thought she was this irresponsible. Don't worry, child. She'll take care of everything. I was overjoyed and immediately started planning for school. Ed helped me a lot with figuring things out. The more time I spent with her, the more I liked her. It was a bit strange, but at least she was there for me, unlike my mom, who still refused to return to the mansion.
I'm happy you're having a good time there, but I don't think I'm welcome there.
You won't know if you don't give it a shot. Isn't family more important than your dumb psychic research? Why can't you just listen to me for once?
You have no idea what it means to be treated like a crazy person by everyone, including your own parents.
Stop playing the Vita, Mom. You did this to yourself.
I saw my mom cry. She was hurt. But I was so tired of her behavior. I was so happy to be back at the mansion, waking up to breakfast in bed, strolling through the lush garden, and feeling like a princess once again. My college was nearby, and I even had a private driver to take me there. Life was finally perfect, but I still missed my mom a lot, and she didn't want to see me. One day, I accidentally saw the amethyst pendant that my mom had bought for me. Suddenly, I felt my eyes sting with tears. I decided to ask Ed for help.
Why don't you do what you're best known for? Solving paranormal stuff. You solved all the cases around here except that of your mother.
But that was years ago. How am I supposed to investigate that now?
You live in the mansion. Try looking around old artifacts, cold spots. Maybe something will turn up to prove that she was right, and her family will finally see that she wasn't crazy.
Even I'm not fully convinced with that, Ed. How will I convince others?
Have faith, Pradisa.
Ed took me back home, and I got to work. That night, I waited for everyone to go to sleep and then quietly snuck out of my room. I spent hours searching the library and wandering around the hallways, but nothing seemed suspicious. As I was heading back to my room, I tripped over a rock and a hidden underground door opened.
Oh, what the freaking frogs? A hidden passage!
I turned on my flashlight and walked down the dark hallway that led straight to my mom's old room. And suddenly, everything started to make sense. This door opened from the other side of the hallway. So, someone could have been sneaking into my mom's room every night and making those strange noises, even disguising themselves as a ghost to scare her. But who would do that? I was still lost in thought when a flashlight suddenly blinded me, and what I saw left me stunned.
Auntie?
Iso, what are you doing here?
Oh my god, it was you, right? You knew about this secret passage. Were you the ghost that haunted my mother?
My aunt was grinning maliciously.
What can I say? Your mom was always too stupid to figure it out. You probably took after your father.
But why, Auntie? What did Mom ever do to you?
She took everything from me. She was always the favorite child because she was younger and prettier. I did everything to get our parents' attention, but they didn't have time for me. I could still let go of that. But then she married the guy I liked, and I knew I couldn't take it anymore and worked out a plan. All I had to do was to show everyone how crazy she was. And she was stupid.
She actually fell for it. You were in love with Dad. Please tell me you didn't have anything to do with their divorce.
I may have given him evidence of your mom cheating. And while she was busy moping around, I amped up the hauntings. But the fire and everything were all her.
You hated Mom, but you helped me. Why would you do that?
To take away the last thing she had, of course.
Wow, you're evil. Wait till I tell Grandma.
You can try, but you won't if you want the funds for your college to keep coming.
Oh, don't you worry. I've learned a trick or two of my own. After all, we are related by blood.
I recorded the conversation, and my aunt was stunned when she realized it. She tried to grab my phone, but I quickly ran out of the house. The next day, I asked my mom to come over and showed her and my dad the video. They were shocked and decided to kick my aunt out right then and there.
I'm so sorry, Mom, for never believing you.
I didn't give you a reason to trust me either, sweetie. So I guess it's a new start for us both.
My grandparents apologized to Mom. They asked Mom to move back in, but she just looked at me with sad eyes.
I wish you could have trusted me instead of thinking I was crazy. It will take a while to forgive you guys, but Issa, I leave it up to you.
It's okay, Mom. Let's go home.
She felt guilty and continued to support my college education. My mom and I still live in our small house, and we are closer than ever.